After the winter hiatus, the National Road Series continued in sunny Phillip Island in the town of Riddle for a criterium, 3 days of racing, starting off with the circuit race. Team Bridge Lane were here with a lot of strong riders and were very aggressive from the start, trying to use those numbers to split the race to pieces. But the teams that did have sprinters amongst their ranks did everything they could to try and shut down those moves. An unfortunate situation for Keely Bennett from Team Bridge Lane when she suffered a crash and really did hurt her elbow, but was able to get back onto the bike, although did not finish in the main field. Coming towards the final couple of laps, it was Bridge Lane taking control, trying to set up Gina Ricciardo and Emily Watts for the finish. And around the final corner, in a long sprint down to the line, it was Georgia Whitehouse from ARA Skip Capital that cleared ahead of the field and comfortably won the sprint by a couple of lengths over Emily Watts from Team Bridge Lane and Lucy Fittius from the Cycling Development Foundation. The time bonuses on offer means that Georgia Whitehouse will take a 2-second lead over Lucy Fittius into stage 2 and 4 seconds over third place Emily Watts. And the news after the race was Keely Bennett was getting patched up and would be able to continue the tour.
Yeah, we had a small team, but yeah, the race played out well for us and it was contained until the sprint finish, which was good. And yeah, it's such a fun sprint along there, nice and flat and windy. I love it.
The first stage of the Tour of the Gippsland for the men, again in Riddle, criterium over 30 laps for 42 kilometres. And as always in the National Road Series for the men, it was fast right from the start. After a couple of laps, new to the National Road Series, youngster Jackson Medway went on the attack and he dragged Luke Burns from Team Bridge Lane with him. After a couple of laps, they were caught by the peloton and the attacks just kept coming. But the pace of the peloton was too hot for any of those moves to stick. And then as they got towards the end of the race with 3 laps to go, it was the youngster Medway again with a big acceleration off the front of the peloton. Bridge Lane again had a rider chasing, and as they came down to 1 lap to go, the youngster, new to the National Road Series, unfortunately didn't hear the sound of the bell because he celebrated 1 lap too soon. Luckily for him though, they were a little bit off the front and he had time to gather himself for the final lap. Alistair Christie Johnston though from Team Bridge Lane powered ahead of the youngster to come away with the stage win. Medway finished second. Leading the peloton home was Declan Tresice from ARA Skip Capital. Alistair now holds a 6-second lead over Jackson Medway going into stage 2, and it's 8 seconds back to Declan Tresice from ARA Skip Capital.
Yeah, bloody nice actually. Didn't quite expect it. I had a bit of an issue with my gears, about 8 laps to go, and so I was on the side and Neil was sorting through them, and then it turned out to be something else by the time I got back into the bunch and started getting back into it.
Saw something here, looked like a 2-lapper, but it was a 1. It was a 1, super faded. But anyway, I was like, I'll just keep going. Probably helped in the end because just kept going all in, didn't look back. Sprinted out, posted up like a fool, but yeah, got going. I'm really happy we stayed in because did a little turn and then it was my duty to keep going, no team. And held on for second, happy with that.